Which is the deal that needs to get done first that's the domino effect for others, do you think, Tom?
Well, let's take a look at the edge rusher market right now. Certainly, TJ Watt, it seems there's nothing done at this point, but it seems like given where these teams are, that they're going to find a way to do something prior to the start of training camp. If a TJ Watt deal were to get done, and if it's in the range or upwards of a Myles Garrett deal, then what, if anything, should that play into what happens with Trey Hendrickson and the Bengals? Hendrickson, unlike TJ Watt, unlike Micah Parsons, has not been trying to outshoot Myles Garrett. But if a 30, 31-year-old TJ Watt suddenly gets over $40 million per year, doesn't that naturally drive up the price for a guy who's a very similar age in Trey Hendrickson, who led the league in sacks last season? In other words, the Bengals, if you would think that if any team are motivated to get something done, it would be them, because it's going to be harder and harder if some of these other deals, Parsons or TJ Watt in particular, get done, for Trey Hendrickson to accept not being in the $40 million per year club, which, depending when this is, Rich, we're talking July, August, there could be 3 or 4 members of that club in terms of the defensive end. So certainly TJ Watt is a big one. I'm not holding my breath for that to get done much before. They're one of the last teams to report. They report on July 23rd to Latrobe. I'm not holding my breath for that to get done substantially before that, but certainly that is an important pivot point type of a deal in this entire thing. I think it'll be really interesting to see what plays out with Lamar Jackson. We know that last time around, in several different regards, the Ravens made pushes to try to get a contract done. Lamar ended up playing out not just the 4th year of his contract for basically no money as a former MVP, but the 5th and final year of his rookie contract, then allowed himself to get tagged, requested a trade, and then finally got the deal done around the NFL draft. He's got multiple years left on his contract here. The Ravens have been very upfront about the fact they'd like to get a deal done sooner than later. Why? Because the cap keeps going up, the market keeps expanding, and doing a new deal with Lamar Jackson at this point, when he's got a couple of years left on his deal, would allow you to spread out the cash as well as cap impact over more years, potentially give you more flexibility to build your team around him. So that's going to be a really interesting one, I think, here. And then you got some of these other deals. I don't think anything's going to get done with James Cook until we get closer to training camp. Obviously, he showed up to minicamp after staying away through the course of the voluntary activities in the spring. Terry McLaurin, we'll see how they handle it. It's a big question, Rich. Anytime that you're talking about a player who, granted, Terry McLaurin's been a really, really productive player. He's on a team that was really good last season and obviously has an exciting young quarterback in Jaden Daniels. But, are we considering Terry McLaurin in the Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson territory of players where he should be getting upwards of 30, even $35 million? Is he closer to maybe that second, third tier? Is T. Higgins a better comp for him, around $28 million? Those are all open questions. Again, I haven't gotten the sense that they're close on a deal at this point. So that's going to be another really interesting one to watch as we move forward here.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.